Hello, I'm William Gallagher, and this is 58 Keys, which, as ever, as always, is for writers like you and me who use and who write on Macs and iPhones and iPads and aren't usually as quiet as I seem to be trying to be. It's late tonight, it's about half midnight on a cruise ship. Last night on a holiday, actually. You can hear water in the background, that's a swimming pool for it. What I want to talk to you about this time, yes, I'm away on holiday, but I want to talk about being back at work, about business, and about the business of writing, and how writers and money don't seem to go together very well. Sometimes we don't have a lot of money, and yet we're also bad with what we have, or maybe that's just me. I certainly have been, but maybe that's why I'm on an expensive cruise. Anyway, these Macs and iPhones and iPads that we write on can also help us financially. I mean, possibly, all right, they could help us a bit more by being cheaper. But the first step to fiscal responsibility is recognizing that there's a problem and then writing a shortcut to help with it. Follow. As I say, I'm on holiday, but other people aren't. They're busy doing things. So as I record this, a friend has launched a charity fundraiser that I want to support. If this comes out before it's over, I'll put a link to it before. But okay, there I am. I've paid. Once I've done that, paying over some cash thing. Look at this, please. Look what I get to do next. On my iPhone, swipe to the side to bring up the Today page, tap on Holiday Spending in that corner there, enter the amount when prompted, say roughly what it's for, choose a currency, but that's it, I'm done. There's nothing to see it, or someone to see it with me anyway. Actually, I've got to tell you, it's really eerie actually being on a ship this late. You see people working, of course, because they're cleaning and tidying. They're also steering the ship. But yeah, nothing to see on what I've just done. I entered the details right. Nothing to see unless I then now open up my numbers spreadsheet, and there it is, recorded. Right there at the bottom is the donation to writer John Dorney and his fundraiser. So that detail is recorded. It's recorded pretty much at the moment that I spent the money. I spent the money, then I run the shortcut. It's so fast. I mean, it's not that it's automatically recorded because I spent money, but it is so fast you just swipe and tap that button. It's effectively recorded immediately into the spreadsheet, and I forget about it and move on. And when I get home, I will sort that spreadsheet by currency types, probably. I will look up conversions, whatever, compare with the bank. It's getting boring now, isn't it? But I'll know how much I'm out. And I'm also going to change that shortcut from being the holiday spending one to, well, I'm stuck for a good title, but general spending, I don't know. I'm going to keep on using it because it's handy and useful. This is a shortcut that I run from a widget in the Today screen. It asks me a couple of questions like you saw, and it then appends the answers to a specific spreadsheet that I can look at later. If that is enough for you to fancy doing it, find it might be useful and know how to do it yourself, well then, great, knock yourself out. If you're interested but you want to see the steps that I took to do it, well, let's you and I take a biscuit. Hello. Right. I was actually disturbing somebody working there. Now, okay, I run this exclusively on my iPhone, this shortcut, because, well, that's the one device that's with me always, isn't it? And especially that, tap on the lock screen, swipe to the debut, tap. It's so fast. Let me show you how to build that shortcut on the iPad, though, because, well, A, it's a bigger screen, clearer for you to see, and two, I'm filming this with that same iPhone. Anyway, first up, open up Shortcuts on iPad or iPhone or Mac. Click the plus sign to create a new shortcut. Now, from each step onwards, what you'll do is you will search the panel at the side there until it shows you what you want. Then you can drag that, a step, an action, over to the main part of the screen where you're building your shortcut. And the first thing you want to look for and find is how to get the shortcut to record what the date is. Shortcuts will just take the date, okay, but by default it records a lot of information whenever you ask for the date. I mean, yeah, all right, day, month, year, yes, but also hours, minutes, seconds, a surprising number of things in there. Since, I mean, you just want a simple date for this, use format date as the next step and choose short. maybe you want to record the time you do this, but I don't care. I mean, it's that moment, it's 5 minutes later. It's, yeah, the day is enough. So I turn time format to none. I'm going to need, though, this short date later on, so I have to save it. I save the short date as a variable, which I've imaginatively called date var. I was just thinking that's a rubbish title. Strictly speaking, well, this is a way to do it, right? You might know a shorter way. Next, then, what I want to do in the shortcut is to, like, how much was it? How much money did you spend there, William? That figure, when I've entered it, just the figures, is entered into another one of these variables, amount var. Names A. Hi. Hello. Hiya. Hey. How do people record cruise videos? Do you know, I watched 100 cruise videos waiting because this cruise was long delayed, COVID and things. How do people do it? I've just disturbed somebody else. What was I saying? Right. I want Miss Shooker to ask me how much money I've just spent. Okay, William, what did you just spend? How much? And the figure, just the figure, is saved into another variable, amount var. Notice though, I just said that, only the number. If I tried to type letters into this bit, nothing would happen because I've clicked here. Last question that I wanted to ask me, which currency? At the start of this holiday, what I say it was a text box, you know, and I typed a Y for yen, a pound, symbols in. But on UK iPhones like I have, the US dollar symbol, well, it's quite a few taps away. So after a bit, I just created this list that I can tap to choose from. Whatever. That chosen currency, whatever it is, gets saved in another variable, currency var. Oh, yes. And then comes, I think, the only bit that's fiddly. I think it's fiddly. What this last section does, it takes the date from date var, the amount saved in amount var, then what I bought in what var, and then lastly, which currency var. Are you keeping notes? And it sends all of these off in one go to numbers. The fiddly bit, well, one fiddly bit, is getting it to send each of these in this one go. You have to first choose shortcuts add to numbers step or action, then tap there to enter the first one, and then look for the plus sign that suddenly appears. And now you tap on that plus sign and you add the next, and the next, and the next. This could really be going better, couldn't it? Try and get out of people's way. Trying to avoid areas with lots of music in. Okay, the more fiddly thing, right? I was talking about fiddly things. That thing that says bottom of table 1 in holiday spending. What? Like Excel, okay, numbers, it has a spreadsheet document that has a name, okay, obviously. Also like Excel, too much music there, it can have tabs within that document, each of which have their own name. But unlike Excel, Numbers doesn't use the whole screen for the actual spreadsheet. Instead, the thing with Numbers is what it does, it creates a table. Well, it calls it a table, and you can have several of them. You can have any number of separate tables. Oh, this looks all right. Separate tables in the one spreadsheet. So bottom of table 1 in holiday spending really means, okay, well, you know what the bottom of table 1 is. It's adding a row to the end of the table that I've created, and that table is in a tab sheet called holiday spending, and that tab sheet is in a spreadsheet document called holiday spending. You're just looking at me now, aren't you? So are other people, to be fair. Get the names of the document, the tab sheet, and the table, get them right, and you're sorted. Except, just a small thing, after running this a couple of times, right, I got really irritated at always getting Numbers spreadsheet on my screen. You would go save it, I'd pick up the phone. I have no idea what that is. I pick up the phone, and there it would be, the Numbers spreadsheet, and it was not what I wanted to do. So I would like a way to tell the shortcut to close the spreadsheet, and you can't do that. But I found this as a best equivalent. Go to home screen. So when I run this, it asks me the questions. Yeah, it appends everything to the Numbers spreadsheet and the table within the tabs, and then it leaves the Numbers spreadsheet alone. It goes back to where I was. Not the same as quitting Numbers, but it gets it out of the way. Okay, I should have said this, you do have to set up the spreadsheet before you do all of this. Okay, and also I'm really sure that you could do much fancier spreadsheets. Maybe you could do categories for what types of spending it is necessary, not necessary. I don't know, food, yeah. What currency you bought it in. You can have some sort of auto sorting by currency, and that shows you running totals, and maybe it notifies you when you've spent far too much. That would be bad. But my little shortcut, I mean, it took a while to explain it to you, but it's simple and it's fast to use, which is why I use it. Anytime I want, I can open the spreadsheet, see what my latest spending is, fine. But all I need is to just jot it down now before I forget it. I tell you what, have a look at my shortcut, see what you can do to make it yours. I've added a link to my version of this in the description below. But for now, that's it for this, well, that's a tour of a ship, really. You didn't see much. I'm off to the laundrette. I don't think you want to come with me. Yeah. I'll go off to do that. You have a look at the shortcut. And I wonder if I can get my accountant to call a ship cruise tax deduct. You don't watch me thinking about this because it's not going to work anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Nice to share a minute with you like this. Now, take care of yourself. Write more, not just shortcuts, actual writing. That's what we're here to do. And I'll see you soon.